right now I'm at the car dealership, auto place, whatever. I'm about to sign my paperwork for my first car. Say hi, Mom. Hey. I'm about to my first car. I'm so excited. I'm nervous. My heart is pounding. This is my first car. 18. It's so surreal. So surreal. Car tour coming soon.
You know I want you there when you tell me like that. The way you walk around, I just wanna have a chit chat. You got me there in the mind, get lost, cause you're so damn hot, so damn fine. I hope you know by the end of the night, I'm gonna make you.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, you're watching Miss Trailer Celeste. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. If you know me personally, then you know I just recently purchased my first car by myself at the age of 18. That's part of the reason why I haven't been making any videos. I've been really busy trying to work and manage all of that good stuff, school, all in the same time. But I just wanted to get on here and make a quick little video about purchasing your own car at a young age, what I did, some of the steps. Because I thought it was an easy process, and it really isn't. It's actually long, hard, stressful, all of those things. So I just wanted to make a little checklist about if you're buying your first car, or if you're looking to buy your first car, or you're thinking about it, or anything of that nature, like some of the things that you want to look for, some of the things that you want to know, some homework that I had to do, and all of that. So first thing, you want to make sure you establish a budget. When you're buying a car, you want to make sure that you have a clear view on how much you want to spend, how much you don't want to spend, and you want to make sure that you don't go over that, and going under that will be perfect. But don't cut corners. Don't try to get the cheapest car you can find and then you end up having to fix it 24/7, or something's really wrong with it or anything like that. No, you want to make sure that your budget is established and that it's a very smart budget. It's not something crazy. It's not something off the wall, because if you're like me, you're young and you really don't need anything that's over. Personally, I don't think you need anything over $10,000. Not at my age. I'm 18. I don't think that anything in that range is good for someone that's just starting learning how to drive, and you know, insurance is high and all that good stuff. So make sure you have a great budget. Make sure that you follow that budget all the way through, from point A to point B when you're buying your car. Do your homework on your cars. Do your homework. You don't want to just go out looking for a car and not really knowing what you're looking for, because these car people, whoever you buy cars from, they will try to mess with you. They're trying to get you to spend the most money. So make sure that you do your homework on what kind of car you really need, what kind of car is best for you. With that being said, I mean, like Hondas are good on gas. Cars like Chevrolets, cars like Nissans, all of that good stuff. You know that those are more reliable cars. You don't want to go out and get a car that's nice looking and it won't last you very long. You want to get something that's, you know, going to be reliable. Something, am I going to be able to drive this car for 5+ years? Am I going to be able to drive this car for only 2 years? Is this car good on gas? Does this car have a good safety rating? Do a lot of people in this car get in accidents and the airbag messes up? Things like that. You want to make sure that you know about your car, and do your homework on different cars. Do your homework on what exactly you're getting yourself into before you buy a specific car, because if you don't, you will be in a world of hurt. You don't want to get a car and then you not really know much about it. You haven't really talked to anybody with the same kind of car. You haven't watched videos or reviews on that car, anything like that. I went through YouTube. I watched every review on my car, down to the same color, if I could possibly, the same years. Make sure there's no recalls, maybe because they do a lot of recalls on cars. So yeah, just different things like that. Make sure that you do your homework on your car, please, because my uncle, he helped me through this entire process. He made sure I did my homework. We looked at different cars, we looked at how much they were and all of that good stuff. Your homework is the best thing that you can do. 3, when buying a car, do not be hasty. I know that it can get stressful. I know it can seem like it's a very long process. You're never going to find the car that you want. You never find the car that you need. I know it's hard not having transportation. Trust me, I went through it. but do not become hasty, because when you become hasty, you choose the wrong cars, you go to the wrong people. Also remember that there are some dealers that are not the best car dealers. There are some dealers that are kind of underhanded and will probably try to do you wrong. So don't become hasty in this process. Make sure that you know, if you pray, then make sure you pray. Make sure that you talk to God about, what am I getting myself into? You know, is this car for me? Make sure you sleep on it. Don't just find the car and then you get it that same day. Make sure you think about it. You take it into consideration, everything that comes with it, because once you sign for that car, once you sign that bill of sale, once you sign all of that, the car is out of their hands and it's now in your hands. So anything that may go wrong with the car, it's really all up to you. And that's money that you don't want to, extra money that you don't want to spend. So don't become hasty in the process. Trust in God, and make sure that you know that this is what you want. Make sure this is something that, you know, you actually believe that everything is okay. And make sure you have no second thoughts on the person that's selling you the car. Make sure you have no second thoughts on the actual car. So, you know, you just want to do all of that before you buy a car, because I know I found a car way before I found my actual car, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get this. You know, it was at the Honda dealer of Conyers or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna get this car, this is it, I'm about to sign my papers and all of that good stuff. But something in me was just like, I think I should wait. Waited, never even got the car, never called the people back or anything like that. So don't be hasty, because it is a trusting process and you just have to believe that you will find something sooner or later. All right, when it comes time to actually buy you a car, you want to be very hands-on. You want to walk around the car. You want to walk with your dealer as if you know exactly what you're doing, even if you don't, because I had no idea what I was doing. But little things like this also falls in the category of like doing your homework, knowing what you're talking about. This is what I'm going to call it, knowing exactly what you're talking about. So when you're going to look at your car, and you know, most of the time, I'm going to guess it's a used car. I know that's what I got. Most kids my age have used cars. When you're going to look at a used car, there are some possibilities that something could be wrong with it. So with that being said, you want to make sure you're walking around as like, hey, how many miles is on this car? You know, are the tires brand new? Do I need new tires? Has the oil been changed? You know, you want to make sure you open the hood and look inside to see, you know, how everything in there looks. Is there a clean engine? All of that good stuff. Is there any damage to the car? Has it been in an accident? Is there any cosmetic damages? Has anyone, like, I know one car we went in, it was disgusting. The car on the outside was fine, but inside it looked like a dog had literally eating the whole thing up. So you want to do little things like that. Walk around like you know exactly what the heck you're talking about. Look up little words that they use and ask about that and ask about this. You want to just walk really confident when it comes to being with a dealer, because the less you know, the more they'll take advantage of you. When you know less about car, and when you know less about cars and they can tell that you know less about cars, they're going to try to take advantage of you and tell you things that you probably shouldn't believe. Not all dealers are like this, but some of them can be, especially the ones that are in small car lots and places like where I bought my car. I had to make sure that I knew exactly what I was talking about. And luckily I had my mom with me. She knows a lot more about cars than I do. So it helped out a lot. I made sure I asked a whole bunch of questions as if I knew exactly what the heck I was talking about, so that if they do not have their answers, they'll be choked up and you'll be able to say, okay, this is not where I need to buy my car. Another thing, you want to buy your CARFAX report. Your CARFAX report gives all the details on what your car has been through, basically. It gives you a rundown, a printout, whatever you want to call it, of from point A, the day that your car was bought, the first time it was even established, from now until where you are with it. You want to make sure you buy your CARFAX report. If you do not buy your CARFAX report on your car, there's a possibility that something may happen that you don't know about on the car. I made sure I bought my CARFAX report to two or three cars, I think. I bought it to 3 cars that I really considered that I liked. So the first one, it was nice. CARFAX is only about $30 to $40 depending on which package you get, but you can go on carfax.com and you can go buy your CARFAX report, make sure you have the car's VIN number. The VIN number normally is in the front windshield, should be at the bottom right or left corner. I'm not exactly sure which one, but you want to make sure you buy your CARFAX report. CARFAX report will give you the rundown of absolutely everything your car has been through. Unless they've taken it to like an underhanded place that doesn't stamp it and put it on the CARFAX. But more than likely it will have everything that you need. It will have if the car has been in an accident, if the car has passed emissions, if the car has been inspected, if the car has had an oil change, tires changed, what color the car used to be, maybe they painted it over. And that's another thing to look for too. If somebody has repainted the car, you want to make sure you ask questions about why that may have happened, because a lot of times when they repaint cars, it's because it's been in an accident, and you really don't want a car that's been in an accident. Unless it was like a minor fender bender, even then you still want to ask a lot of questions. So make sure that you buy your CARFAX report if you're really considering getting this car, that specific car. You want to make sure you get that because it'll let you know everything is okay with it. So the car that I actually ended up getting, I bought the CARFAX report on it, and it was the cleanest CARFAX I had ever seen in my life. Like, that was one of the main reasons why I bought the car that I did, because the CARFAX report literally was inspection. Everything on it was great, and it was literally no issues at all. Nothing about it seemed fishy. Nothing about it seemed underhanded. Last but certainly not least, make sure you choose a car that you love. Choose a car that you want. Choose a car that you feel like you will be able to drive from now until infinity. Because even if you know you're not planning to drive this car for very long, you want to still make sure that maybe if one day you want to sell it, or maybe one day you want someone else to drive it, that it's still reliable. So make sure it's a car that you truly love. Make sure it's a car that you have truly done all of your homework on, that you're willing to pay for it time and time again, because cars do tend to come with issues. Eventually you're going to have to get something fixed on it. Eventually you're going to have to get the oil changed. Eventually you're going to have to get some tires for it. So make sure it's a car that you don't mind taking care of. Make sure it's a car that you don't absolutely hate, because that's not what you want at all. Make sure it's a car that you wouldn't mind decorating. Make sure it's a car that you truly love, something that you can give a pet name to. Don't get a minivan and be like, I don't even have kids, why do I have a minivan? Don't do that. Make sure you get a car that you know you're gonna love from today all the way until whenever. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I am so sorry I haven't been consistent. I will be back with more and more videos. So if you are watching this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all of that good stuff. I will be back with another video. And thanks for watching. See you later, YouTube.